They're back. Yo, what's good guys? This is Nightwing2303 from WearTesters.com. Today we got a quick detailed look at these guys right here. This is the Air Jordan 3 Black Cement, something that just doesn't need an introduction, to be perfectly honest. And of course they got the Nike Air in the back. It's awesome. These guys right here, it's just one of my favorite sneakers to wear. The Air Jordan 3 is a staple or a classic. If you're into sneakers, this is one of those shoes that you just must have in any colorway. It doesn't matter, even the off-the-wall colorways. As long as you got a pair of threes, you're doing something right. The Black Cement just happens to be my favorite. It actually used to be these guys, the True Blue 3s, but these guys, as soon as I got my first pair of them, which are these beat up things, I was like, yo, this is it. Like, as soon as you see these on your feet, you're like, you just know that these are classics. Now, these are my beat pair. I really love these. I still rock these to this day. There's a little bit of sole separation. The paint's cracking all over the place. They're kind of like my everyday beater, my rain shoes, all that kind of good stuff, but I just absolutely love these. I think that they look great once they're beat. Now, of course, I have a backup pair, and these guys, you know, they look great when they're new too. It's just one of those shoes. It's kind of like a Converse Chuck Taylor. They look great when they're fresh out the box, but they look just as good even when they're trashed. And these guys are coming back for All-Star Weekend. Michael wore these in the All-Star game back in 1988, and he wore the white and cement colorway during the dunk contest. Now, in direct comparison to the last version that they released, I do think these are slightly better in most ways. Now, the first thing that I feel that they did right with the brand new version, the booty baby, is back. Nike Air, that's how it's supposed to be. Now, the second thing that they got right is actually the midsole paint. It doesn't look as nice as these guys right here, but when you wear them, it's not gonna crack like they did on the 2011 version. I only wore these a handful of times and they cracked on the first wear. It didn't bother me at the time, like my other pair right here, there's a lot of paint missing. But like I said, whatever they're doing now on the midsole paint application, it works. It does not chip or anything like that. My other threes that I've gotten since this version right here, they all look great, no paint chipping whatsoever. Another thing that I feel that they did right is the elephant print. This guy right here features a cement gray elephant print, and then they have the black bold lines, and it's basically kind of like impressed or embossed, debossed, I don't know what it's called, but whatever it is, it's pressed into the material with some paint. This guy right here, it's just kind of got a more neutral look to it, very similarly to what they did here, although the elephant print on these guys is a slightly different shade of gray. But these guys don't have that thick black boldness that the other versions do. These guys actually look very similar to what they did on the original versions. And you will see variations of the elephant print right here on the left shoe. You can see that it's a little bit thinner on the toe and then thicker on the heel, whereas on my right shoe, it's thicker on both the heel and the toe. And then the last thing that I feel that they did absolutely right is the leather on the gray areas, which includes the tongue as well as the collar. This stuff right here is just that really cheap plastic synthetic leather. I just don't like it whatsoever. It didn't wear well, it didn't feel good on foot, especially if you hooped in a pair. But these guys right here, it's a lot softer. It's still a synthetic, but it's not bad or anything like that. It doesn't feel like plastic. Now, the main upper build of the leather is what a lot of people are curious with, and that's the part where I'm kind of torn between the two shoes, because I don't feel that the 2011 pair was bad whatsoever. I think that they were very comfortable, especially after you start to break them in. They started off soft and all that kind of good stuff. The only thing that I could really say that was, I wouldn't even call it a drawback, but just something different, is that it was kind of glossy. Whereas the brand new version, it's sort of a matte look to it. It definitely doesn't have that same high gloss look that the 2011 version did. But the one thing that I can nitpick on it is that the materials on my right shoe are actually different for some reason than the materials on my left shoe, which is very strange. It's also not the first time that this has happened. The Royal Air Jordan 1s that just recently released with the Nike Air, a lot of those had the same issues where the toe boxes had different leather between the left and the right shoe. I do not know what the reason for that is. I would assume that it's because maybe the left and the right pairs are made in different factories, but that's just an assumption. Usually assumptions are wrong. So I'm not gonna say that that's hard cold facts or anything like that. That's just the only thing I can think of. So my left pair here looks amazing, at least in my opinion. I love the way that the leather looks. I love the way that the leather feels. It's got a slight tumbled look to it, which is just awesome. Nice and soft to the touch. Absolutely love it. Whereas the right shoe here, it has that same softness as the left shoe, but it's the tumbled look that just looks really weird, especially next to the left shoe. This one right here just looks like it's got that textured print pushed or pressed into the leather, and it's just not as smooth or as natural as the other side. Is that a deal breaker? In my opinion, No. Just don't get your hopes up too high. Don't expect the greatest of quality from these guys. Just know that the quality is going to be good. It's just not going to be great. It may or may not deter someone from purchasing a pair. For me, I actually have 2 pairs of these. They're just so fantastic. Just like the 2011 version, I bought 2 pairs. It's a great shoe, great colorway. They go with pretty much anything. They look great new, they look great used. Therefore, 2 pair minimum. It's a must. Now, it will be interesting to see when my second pair comes in what that leather actually looks like. Will both pairs match? I'm not sure. I will update you guys on Instagram, so make sure to follow me there at Nightwing2303. And for anyone curious, as far as sizing is concerned, I would go true to size. That's what I did here. I was a little worried at first because I did go true to size with these guys right here, and these fit really tight for some reason. I can't actually wear these all day long comfortably. Like, my feet feel like they're about to bust right out of them. These guys don't feel anywhere near as tight. They still feel snug, but they don't feel as tight as these. And that pretty much covers it for the Air Jordan 3 Black Cement with the Nike Air on the back for 2018. I think these are awesome. Like I said, man, this is a staple for anybody that's really into sneakers. If you don't have a pair of these, definitely look into getting a pair. I'm not trying to hype these up. This is just my thoughts on them. I think that these are classics. I'm actually thinking about making a video on maybe like a top 10 list of sneakers that every sneakerhead should own. These definitely would be on that list. If you would like to see that video, make sure to give this one a thumbs up. That lets me know that you guys are liking the content, you guys enjoy everything, and I'm doing a good job basically. Now, if you're interested in grabbing these guys, they actually release All-Star Weekend. Retail price is going to be $200. You'll be able to grab them at eastbay.com. Check the description box below for a direct link. They're going to be on the site on release day, not before. So even though I have the link up, you're not grabbing a pair early. Sorry guys. But let me know what you guys think about these right here. Do you have a pair already? If you do, let me know your thoughts on the material and the quality. Is this a must-have sneaker for you? Sound off below and let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for your support. And until next time guys, have a good one.